I just took a Aloralo, I just want to hump. Wait, no. I just took what a rump.
Ain't like you that hard,
Do you believe in America? She wanna fuck us a miracle. Know that they like all the diamonds be bringing. Yeah, that boy cool as a fuck, but he's singing. I like us just snug up America. Freedom boys sitting on the road doing max. Anything this go dead, that's facts. Me dies, I'ma slide for the minimum. Why it cost so much, that's tax. Tell the dog I ain't got job about what she wanna be feeling. He dirty and funeral. Pretty girl get high on music. Daddy show man don't lose it. All motherfucking blow, she's clueless. He wanna know why she chose it. So she wanna fuck on her bars now. And didn't have no money and didn't have no motion, but fine she wanna pull out me jaws now. It's easy to love when I'm boom good. Why don't see your eyes when your ass out? Yeah, I just put a price to the shows for the very first time and I hope I don't pass out. Do you believe in America? She wanna fuck us America. Know that they like all the diamonds be bringing. Yeah, that boy cool as a fuck, but he's singing. I like how she snort up on minerals. Freedom boy sitting on.
Yes, I'm an instrument to war. All this dope in me, I know I won't have dopamine tomorrow. Just have you hoping me. They say the room cold, but it ain't cold to me. I tell my girl, like, if you really love me, bring it so I can't feel a thing. I'm dumb, but not the type that's the thing. I'm throwing my caffeine, the devil is laughing. Cause I close to the real while the train is passing. Body, mind, power. They full of street pills, higher than the tower. If I don't pay the bills and everybody's sour. This is a fighter, not a lover, mommy, I can't love her. Put your socks up, keep your teeth clean, comb your hair straight, and keep your pants creased. I need to eat, I can feel it in my pancreas, but when I check it, ain't got nothing in the pantry. Yes, I'm an instrument to war. All this dope in me, I know I won't have dopamine tomorrow. Just have you hoping me. They say the room cold, but it ain't cold to me. I tell my girl, like, if you really love me, bring it so I'm can't feel a thing. I'm dumb, but not the type that's the thing. I'm throwing my caffeine, the devil is laughing. Cause I close to the real while the train is passing. This life everlasting, legendary. Baby, just close your eyes when you see this shit getting scary. And yes. Wow. Trying to see again. I made some money, close my doors, now I don't see a friend. The chauffeur pull up in a me, but I don't want to see no Benz. The pretty girl would have never meet me if I didn't meet my ends. But that is all okay. I crashing out inside the road and it okay. I am these drugs, I don't know if I die from old day. Don't say you need me. My life a movie off the screen, this shit is 3D. I want you feel me. Don't got no need, she ballin' fatty, can you feel me? One love roller, Bob Marley. Yes, I'm on Marley. 40 killer army. Bitch, I hate like fuck, I sit on my eye with the stars be. Please don't start me. No, I'll be a problem if I eat, so they starve me. Don't care, I ruin your happiness. Nice hair, but she like the nappiness. No
Terrorists are scared what is happening. Going far and no way, no stopping this. Dancing in a cocaine, showing up my stamina. Mommy sorry, fatigue, going keep up until he hospital. Bitchy pushing PE, get more defense than a capital. Oh, so fucking big, I hit the water with a army style. I went blind, love, I can't find jobs. Through the dotted line and then I tell her pretty sign up. I went blind, love, I can't find jobs. Took way too much Molly, you know it's fucking up my sign ups. Chopper squeeze, who want bleed out? Bitches on their knees because they fucking bring the cheese out. I just crashed the party, spent my whole life on this Molly. Now this bitch is fucking Molly, I don't know. No, you won't see me falling off unless the fatty jump. I just took a Adderall of what you wanna rum. Bring our trash back with my ARP stuff. Tell my killers all states, triple ARP scum. Trying to see again. I made some money, close my doors, now I don't see a friend. The chauffeur put up in a paper. I don't wanna see no best. The pretty girl will never meet me if I didn't in my hands. And that is all okay. I crashing out inside the boat, I need a roll key.
Now, Jeezy Moolah.
And a phone from the
Jeezy Moolah.
Dominican dudes.
Hold on.
So
I was tapped in.
MCC Part 6. When I came out the box, I went to 11 North. So Biz, Wolf, and Cass, they used to be playing dominoes. It used to be different people playing dominoes. So Wolf used to be talking to niggas crazy at the table. So the first couple days, I used to just be watching. But me and Biz used to be catching eye contact. Every time he talked crazy to niggas at the table, I used to be standing there just laughing. So a couple days go by, I wound up telling Biz I know how to play dominoes. So me and Biz is dominoes partner. We used to play against Wolf and Casanova. We'd play like 10 games. We'd lock the table. So we playing the game when Wolf started talking crazy to me. So I look at him. I'm like, yo, watch your mouth. We ain't gonna open that door. So he look at me. He like, yo, don't make me put my knife in you. I'm like, you gonna have to do what you gotta do. Don't talk to me like that. We ain't gonna open that door.
Dick Wolf told him he'll put his knife in him. Do you know who Dick Wolf is, bro?
We ain't never played like that before. We ain't gonna play like that now. So we started laughing. We made a joke out of it. We kept playing dominoes. So Dick Wolf and Biz, they were cellies. They slept in the same cell together. So the next day, Biz pulled me up. He like, yo, Wolf said he liked you. Nobody never said nothing back to him. All the niggas he was violating at the table, niggas never said nothing to him. They used to just sit there with their head down or just laugh when he be violating them. So my son is the big 8. He started his own nation in the Bloods. But I don't look at him as being a big homie. I look at him as being a man. I'm like, yo, we all men at the table. I can't let another man disrespect me. So I had to say something. If I ain't say nothing, I'd have looked just like the rest of them niggas I was standing there laughing at. We're from Harlem, so that wound up being my man. We used to be chopping it up and working out in the gym every day. Me, Wolf, and Telly, we'd go in the gym. We'd do 10 sets around the world. That's push-ups, pull-ups, and dips. So before I came to 11 North, me and Mark was still in the box. So Sport had came to the box. He was on the tier getting in the shower. So we asked him why he was in the box. He told us,
shout it out.
Him and Jeezy Moolah was in the cell. Police came in the cell, found the phone on Jeezy Moolah.
This right here, this will confuse me. Now, Harlem Legend, you here. This is why I stopped it and said, I got to go live. He said, listen to this story about him and Jeezy in there with the phone. We bloodbathians. Just listen to what he say, how he break it down with Jeezy and Sport with the phone. Listen.
So Sport spent out the cell. When he spent out the cell, Jeezy called him back in the cell. Now they was in there with an officer named A. A was a kind of cool officer. He was gonna act like he found the phone in a common area and just take the phone. So another officer come in there. So it's 2 officers, and there's an officer in the room with an inmate. So now they should look crazy. So Jeezy called Sport back in the cell. Sport wound up taking a phone charge for Jeezy Moolah. So we asking Sport, if Jeezy got caught with the phone, how you in the box and he not in the box? So Sports said when the CO came in there, they found Jeezy with the phone. He spent out. The officer had called him back. They patted him down. He ain't had nothing on him. So he go upstairs. So Jeezy had told the police something. They called Sport back down there. So when Sport come back down there, they wound up handcuffing him. So now when
So wait. I ain't say it. I ain't say it, Harlem. He said police found Jeezy with the phone. The police came in and said, yo, check it. We gon' I'ma say I found it in a place where nobody had it. Another officer came, so he couldn't finesse it probably. They call Sport. Sport come back to the cell. They pat Sport down. They don't find Sport with nothing. They send Sport back out the cell. Sport leaves the cell. Jeezy tell the officer something. Sport comes back. They lock Sport up. What is that? What is that? What you call that, bro? I'm bugging? Or it's just me? It's just me. I'm probably listening to something different than everybody. We all listen to the same shit? We all listening to the same shit? I didn't say it. Oh, what's going on? Oh, nah, Harlem really. Nah. TP really. TP Harlem. Nah. We talk about this right here. Good looking, bro. You know that, gang. But I ain't say it. He said it, bro. He said it. Let's continue the story.
When Sport go to the hearing, he called for the tape. He asked them to pull the tape up because the officer patted him down, so they know he ain't had no phone. So he wound up beating the ticket because on the camera, they show that officer patted him down and he ain't had no phone on him. So now Sport get out the box. I'm already in the crib. He come out the box like a week later. Now when we was in the crib, Jeezy Moolah had 3 cell phones. Telly had 3 cell phones. These both his code Ds. Mind you, they was closing MCC and sending niggas to MDC. So Jeezy and Telly, they was buying niggas phones that was getting packed up, leaving the building. Niggas couldn't take their phones with them, so they was buying niggas phones. So I had hollered at Jeezy Moolah. I was trying to buy a phone off him. He like, nah, I'm gonna hold one of these phones for my code D. When Sport come out the box, I'm gonna give him a phone. So I go holler at Telly. I'm like, yo, Telly, let me buy one of the phones. He tell me the same thing. He like, yo, I'm holding one of these phones for my code D. When Sport come out the box, I'm gonna give him the phone. But Telly like, yo, you can hold the phone until he come out. I'm gonna let you use it until he come out the box. So the day Sport get out the box, me and Mark, we in the cell, we talking. We hear some argument in another cell. Remember, Jeezy and was on our tier. So we hear argument in another cell. So we go out there. When I go in Jeezy and them cell, Sport is about to get it on with Jeezy, but Telly is standing in the middle of them. Sport and them is arguing, and they going crazy in the cell. So I grab Sport, I take him in my cell. So I ask him what's going on. I'm like, yo, that's your code D. Why y'all about to fight? He like, yo, the nigga trying to sell me a phone. He like, yo, I just went to the box for the nigga. The nigga had the nerve to write me a letter on my birthday and tell me my girl was in the town cheating. I just took a phone charge for the nigga. The nigga write me, tell me my girl cheating, but the nigga don't even say happy birthday. So he like, yo, Elo, this nigga like that in the town. This nigga a selfish nigga. So I'm like, yo, that's your code D. You can't be arguing and fighting a nigga in front of other niggas. Whatever y'all got going on, y'all can't be fighting and arguing in front of other niggas because you got outsiders looking in. So I told him, look at me and my son Mark. Me and my son Mark, we never had an argument. You see us smiling and we joking all day. So I'm like, yo, you'll never see me or none of my niggas from the town arguing or about to fight in front of niggas. So Sport wound up buying a phone from somebody else. Telly or Jeezy didn't give him a phone. So he went and bought a phone for 4 beans for somebody else.
So that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. They treating Sport like a bozo.
So Sport bought a phone, but he acting like he renting a phone from Dominican dudes. So it's a Crip dude named Noah in there. Noah from the High Bridge area in the Bronx. So he got Noah on the phone. Noah went to call his girl, so Sport let him use the phone, but he got him thinking that he renting the phone from the Dominicans. So Noah, he a little bugged out. The nigga Noah be bugging. He be arguing with his girl every time he get on the phone. The nigga be kicking the gate down. The nigga be wilding in the jail. So the next day after Sport let him use the phone, he come to Sport 6 in the morning. He tell Sport that somebody called his girl. He like, one of them Dominican niggas, they called my girl. So it's 6 in the morning. Sport like, yo, we gonna holler at them niggas later when I get up. So he mad Sport don't want to get up. So he wound up leaving out the cell. So 2 days later, Noah come back to Sport's cell. Like, yo, you want my bitch? He throw his pictures at Sport. He had pictures of his bitch. He throw them at Sport. Like, yo, this what you want? This what you ready to die for? And he lift up his shirt. The nigga had book strapped to his torso like he was ready to die.
What? Nah, Noah tough. He just ran down on Sport with the clown and threw the pictures in his face. He threw the pictures and say you ready to die for that? Nah, I ain't gonna front. He threw the pictures at him. He posted a duffer once he did that. Sport, you calling niggas bitch, bro? I gotta hear what happened.
So Noah got a knife in his hand. He like, yo, Sport, you supposed to be my man? You gonna ruin our relationship over a bitch? So Pringles the ape, he was doing breakfast. So he like, yo, Noah, you bugging. Nobody tried to call your girl. So he like, yo, Pringles, you want some of this too? So Noah wound up spinning out the cell. He wound up going in his tier. So Betos, he was in a cell with Sport. Betos and Sport was in a cell together. So Betos get up. He tell Noah he bugging. He go put all the homies on that Noah just backed out the knife on Sport. So Telly come holler at Sport. He like, that nigga just violated you. I know you feel crazy. You got to get it on with that nigga right now. So Sport go over there, go holler at Noah. When they go in the cell, Sport pop on Noah. Noah pop back on them. They start getting it on. They in there wrestling and they fighting. Sport slam Noah on the bed. Niggas go in there and break it up. It was this dude named Yeti from Queens. He had owed some money for a bet. So Jeezy, Telly, and Sport, they had went in there and spanked the nigga because he couldn't pay the debt. He was playing games with the money. They went in there and spanked them. Biz was trying to get them niggas to cut him, but they went in there and spanked them. So the Primes and the Jets was beefing with the Max, those blood sets. So Biz knew before Max was coming out the box, so he put the Primes and the Jets on that the Max is coming out. So when the Max come through the door, they was on them. They wound up chasing them niggas through the unit and stabbing like 2 of them up. It was chasing them niggas through the unit. It was nowhere to go. So police wound up spraying them niggas and they all wound up going to the box. And when Cass came in the building, he had an ounce of weed on him. So he gave me and Telly some weed. We in his cell, we smoking.
Wait. I don't know if he could be saying all of this stuff like that and he like that. He could be doing stuff like that. He can't be saying stuff like that, bro. He in the feds. I don't think he could be saying stuff like that, bro. Not in the feds, bro. He keeps saying too much. It's like, it's cool, good stories, but it's like, I don't know, bro. No, Sport didn't beat Noah, bro. Sport popped on him and Noah popped back and they were just tussling. But how you can say all the story and how much drugs a nigga came into jail with and all of that other stuff, you can say that in the feds. I don't know. But I like this nigga's stories, though.
Yo, mad CEOs start pulling up to the crib that I never in my life seen in this building. And when Casanova came in the crib, it was so many different officers coming to our unit I never even seen before. I was in this building for 2 years. It was officers coming to this unit when Cass pulled up that I never seen in a building before. They was bringing him G-Shock watches, glasses. They was bringing this nigga all type of shit. But I'm like, yo, where all these officers come from? I never seen them until this nigga pulled up. So most of the officers, they was from the town. They knew him from his area in Brooklyn. When Wolf and Biz came up there, they had the counselors under control. Any floor them niggas went to, them niggas became head orderlies. Police did whatever them niggas said. So it was one time, some nigga had said something about Biz. He got the counselor to take him to the dude unit, and he pressed.
Biz is the big crip. That's the big crip. So it's the crip and the Bloods together.
The dude in front of everybody. The nigga wound up copping out saying he ain't say this shit. Biz just told the nigga keep his name out his mouth. These niggas had so much pull in the building, COs was taking these niggas to different floors so they could do whatever they want. When they came upstairs to 11 North, they had orderlies already. They fired them, made Biz and Wolf the head orderlies. It's a dude named Dave Dollar from Harlem, or Super Dave. When the adolescents, they used to call him Super Dave. But him and Biz get into it over the clippers. The clippers you cut your hair with, him and Biz get into it over it. Biz wound up cutting him and beating him up. He wound up cutting the nigga Dave and spanking him over the clippers. Now Dave was a tough nigga. When Biz cut him, all that tough shit went out the window. Dave came to jail. He wound up smoking K2. So he ain't the same Dave that he was back in the days. This nigga from 2-9th and 8th Ave. So my man Kuda, he wound up pulling up. Kuda tall, he brown skin, he slim. This not Kuda B, this a different Kuda from Brooklyn. So Kuda's on a different tier, but this my man. We was in 11 South together. So Kuda and Jeezy, they had a little tension going on. So Kuda thought Jeezy, Sport, and Telly was going to jump him. So he's the kind of my tier. He like, hello, I want you to lock out. When I lock out, because I think these niggas going to jump me. So I fuck with all of them. So I'm like, yo, I fuck with you. I ain't gonna let them jump you. And I never heard them say nothing about you. So I lock out. We go down there to holler at Jeezy, Sport, and Telly. They lock behind the grill. So we on the gate talking to them. These niggas wound up talking about why they was beefing. So Jeezy, he was mad at Kuda because his girl had stole a watch and she was chilling with Kuda. Jeezy girl and Kuda girl, they was cool. So Kuda was with his girl and Jeezy was with them. Kuda told Jeezy that he didn't know the girl stole his watch. But Jeezy was like, yo, I was calling you to let you know that she stole my watch so I could get the location. So they beef wasn't about nothing. It was about Kuda not telling Jeezy that his girl was with him and she had the watch. But Kuda was saying that he didn't know the watch was stolen. So Jeezy said he had another issue. He said Kuda was telling people that his watch was fake. So I'm like, yo, y'all niggas ain't got no real issue. This shit ain't about nothing. So while we on the gate, Jeezy started making fun of Kuda. He like, yo, LO, your man used to be Crip, now he Mac. So I'm like, yo, what? He neutral right now. I ain't know he was part of nothing. He like, yeah, he used to be Crip back in the days, now he Mac Baller. So I'm like, yo, Kuda used to be Mac? He like, nah, I used to chill with them. So I'm like, you was Crip? He like, nah, niggas from my hood is Crip. So I'm looking at both of them. These niggas just all start laughing. I'm like, y'all niggas is fool. Mind you, I'm a couple years older than them. So I'm just laughing at these niggas. I'm like, yo, y'all niggas ain't got no real beef. These y'all niggas, y'all all fuck with each other. So when me and Kuda was in 11 South, Kuda was in a bunk with a nigga named Preem. They had the same double bunk. Mind you, 11 South was dorms. So one morning, I'm on my tier, niggas on Kuda tier, they come wake me up, like, yo, your man Preem just violated Kuda. So I'm like, yo, what you mean? So I get my
Kuda from
sneakers,
Bushwick?
I put them on, I go to Kuda tier.
Wait, Kuda from Bushwick? Get money, Kuda? Nah, bro.
I'm like, yo, what's going on? Kuda Bunky Preem, he was beating off while Kuda was asleep.
What? What? No, wait. I ain't hear that. He ain't say that. He ain't say that. He ain't say someone's in there. He ain't say someone's in there spanking his chicken while his man. He ain't say that. He wasn't in there. He wasn't doing that. He wasn't in there doing that. He wasn't spanking off while Kuda was asleep, bro. He wasn't doing that. He ain't say that. He ain't say that. He ain't just say that. I think he said that, though. I think he might have said that. I think he said that. I think he said it. He was choking his chicken, bro. I think he said that, bro.
Somebody went to holler at Preem while he was asleep, and they caught him beating off in a bed. So Kuda.
Yo, Kuda. That's fake. Like, That's fake like scrape, bro. That's like mentally, that's like virtually scraping a nigga, bro. Yo, China, what's the word, bro? I don't know what's going on. This guy from the feds. His name is L.O. I don't know what's going on. He told the story how Jeezy Moolah was in a cell. He told the story how Jeezy Moolah was in a cell with Sport. The police found Jeezy Moolah with the phone, not Sport. Sport left the cell. 2 officers came in the cell, so they called Sport back to the cell because you know you got to have real assurance when you're talking to police. They patted Sport down on camera. They didn't find Sport with nothing. Sport leaves the cell. Jeezy Moolah tell the police something. They call Sport back to the cell and lock Sport up to the box. That was kind of crazy, right? That's one thing. That's crazy, right? Now, this the next thing. It's this guy named Kuda B, bro. He get all the bread. He played basketball. He's from Bushwick. He was in a cell with a nigga. While he was sleeping, the nigga was choking his chicken, bro. The nigga was choking his chicken. He was choking. He was beating off. Then I got something better for you. Loki Shmula, he did something to a dog, bro. Loki Shmula did something to a dog, bro. Yeah. Nah, Jeezy Moolah, bro.
He was asleep. He said he ain't feel a bed shaking and he ain't no pain was beating off.
What? Yo, Kuda. He not talking about Kuda B. He talking about Kuda from Bushwick, bro. He said the nigga was choking his chicken. Kuda said he ain't think he was choking his chicken because he ain't see the bed shaking. You got to put a knife in the nigga after that. That metal got to get, no Diddy, you got to put that metal on that nigga. Let's see how Kuda gonna handle the situation, bro. These Brooklyn niggas is crazy. Yeah, bro. Jeezy Moolah in there arguing about a nigga if he crip or he Mac. Or if the nigga bitch stole candy, your mama got no range, Jeezy, bro. You got to worry about that, bro. You better not let Ty Mac see this. Oh, Jeezy. You better not let Ty Mac see this. We're going to hide this from Ty Mac, bro. We just going to hide this from Ty Mac, everybody. We cannot let Ty Mac see this. We can't let Ty Mac see this, bro. I don't know, bro. We cannot let Ty Mac see this, bro.
Until the nigga caught him. So I'm telling Kuda, I'm like, yo, if I was you and the nigga was beating off, we got to get it on. The nigga violating your space. Mind you, we in the dorm, so he could have went in the bathroom and did whatever he had to do. He doing the shit in the dorm for everybody to see him. But he had a curtain up. So the nigga had moved his curtain and he caught the nigga beating off. Even though Son was in the wrong for moving his curtain, Son is in the wrong for beating off. You ain't supposed to be beating off in your bed when you got a bunkie.
The nigga not even in the cell. He out in the open choking his chicken, bro. Nah, what? Nah, ain't no fighting. You gotta stab a nigga for that. I ain't gonna lie, chat. Allegedly. You gotta like. Nah, that's OD. That's OD, bro. That's OD, bro. That's OD, bro. That's OD, bro.
And you in a dormitory area. You in a setting where anybody could see you or be walking by your bed at any moment. But he in his bed beating off. So I'm like, yo, Kuda, you gotta get it on with the nigga. Kuda ain't want to get it on with the nigga. He like, yo, I ain't feel the bed shaking and I ain't catch him. But I'm like, yo, a nigga seen him with the mic in his hand. So Kuda and his man from Brooklyn, they had some shit going on where they was getting phones. They worked outside in the street. His man worked in Cadre, so he used to go outside. So Kuda has people coming out there leaving phones and tobacco outside.
Hello, your stories, bro, you need a PR in there. You got to learn how to, like, tell your stories and, like, butter it down. No Diddy. Like, you going straight, like, you telling a story from how it is. Like, you telling a story from, like you telling a story, cuz. Like, you telling a story. I just told Coxette, right? We be talking and shit. So we had a conversation about the feds, me, him, a couple people. So I said, yo, bro, you need to tell that story about the feds, how this shit is, how the Midwest and all this shit. He like, bro, certain shit, I can't because niggas in the feds that look at it like different. Even though it's simple shit, you can't do certain shit. So when I'm saying this, it's like, that's kind of like,
and his man will bring it back. So Kuda didn't want to fuck up the operation he had going on, so he let Preem get away with beating off in the bed. So Kuda is on a violation. So Kuda's going to court. He's stressing that he on a violation. So one day he come from court. He went to get sentenced. I'm on a tier. It's me, Rob Boy, my son Lou, and those Malik Codees. Malik had went to Brooklyn. So we on a tier when Kuda come from court. Mind you, our gate is locked. So he stopped at the gate and he talking to me. He like, hello, they threw the book at me. So I'm like, yo, what they gave you? He like, yo, they gave me 27. So he put his head down and he just walked off the tier. So Lou and Will, they look at me. They like, yo, I feel bad for youngster. The nigga got 27 years. So I'm like, hell no, that nigga on a violation. He took about 27 months. So we all start laughing. The nigga was looked like he had 27 years the way he put his head down and he walked off the tier like Red and Friday. So we all start laughing because he had some short shit and we all wish we was getting 27 months. The nigga told us he had 27 months, like he had 27 years. But like, my nigga, you stressing, that shit gonna go by mad fast. So this a catch up on some of the stories. Yeah, when Wolf and Cass, they booked the nigga for the phone, he asked them, can he take a picture with them before they took the phone from him? He like, yo, I want to take a picture with y'all so I could send them my girl. So they told him they gonna take the picture, but he bet not post it. They like, yo, tell your girl don't post the picture. She could save it in the phone. So the nigga let them rob him, and he took a picture with them so he could send it his girl. When Noah came to holler at Sport about somebody calling his girl, Sport asked him what was the number. So when he said the number, he realized that it was his number that he had called from. So Noah thought the Dominicans was calling, but that was Sport phone. Nobody had called after Noah used the number. His girl had said somebody called, but that was the same number that Noah had called from. So when she thought somebody called, that was the number Noah called from, and that was Noah calling her. Noah used to be on the phone with his girl on the jail phone. He used to be arguing with her every time. The whole jail knew his girl name. Whatever unit he was in, he argued with her and he used to be screaming her name while he on the phone. He's like, Yolanda, you a bitch. You out there sucking dick. You doing this. You doing that. So the whole unit knew his girl name. So Noah smoked K2. So one day he was trying to buy a bottle of K2. The bottle cost 300. So he called Yolanda. He telling her that he need 300 to buy a bottle of K2. So we can't hear what she's saying on the other end. But the way he responded, she telling him that she got to pay her rent. So he like, yo, fuck your rent. Buy the bottle of K2. I'm gonna make some money, and I can send you the money for the rent. So she wound up sending her 300.
What he
Noah
said?
wound up
Easy
smoking
Moolah did
everything that he
bad.
bought. The nigga was a K2 head, so he wound up smoking everything that he wound up getting. So he was to blame Yolanda for him being in jail. He had wound up pistol whipping somebody because they tried to holler at her when they was walking together. Noah and his girl, they was walking. Somebody tried to talk to her in front of Noah. Noah wound up pistol whipping the nigga, and he got locked up, and he came to the feds. MCC Part 6. When I came out the box, I went to 11 North. So Biz, Wolf, and Cass, they used to be playing dominoes. It used to be different people.
Yeah, that's. I ain't gonna front W story, but wait. Somebody just said somebody went live and said Jeezy Moolah did bad. I'm bugging. Somebody went live and said Jeezy Moolah did bad. Somebody went live and said Jeezy Moolah did bad. Nobody did that. Niggas ain't go live and say that. They ain't say that. I ain't gonna front though. They might try to highlight that nigga. That story is too in depth though. That's an in depth story, bro. You can't say how much drug. I mean, you can't say how much drugs a nigga had and all this other shit. Really said that? Yeah, Etho nice. Really, you said that? Let me see. No, I don't think he did that. Tom Mac didn't say nothing about it, bro. That nigga ain't Tom Mac ain't say nothing about it, really. Tom Mac ain't say nothing about it, really. Yeah, Ito nice. I fuck with Ito. Ito probably put it on. I forgot about Ito. Ito fake nice too. I forgot. He top 5 in Brooklyn right now. Niggas say that's a woman. Yeah, out of new generation, he nice. M. Dot fake nice too. This Buffalo, New York. He's new.
Downtown, I'm a young nigga
I'm gonna fuck the world up.
game with some real niggas and out niggas trying to act silly. A lot of niggas can't match with me. The real nigga, fuck a real nigga since the sandbox. Saying fuck crush, you could get shot. Fuck a real nigga since the sandbox. Saying fuck crush, you could get shot.
11 men accused of violent crimes ranging from murder to robbery are off the streets of Buffalo tonight, but police and the FBI are still looking for one more. Joining Side's Kelly Dudzik is in our information center for us tonight with more about the investigation and the arrest. Kelly?
Scott, a 28-count indictment charges 12 members and associates of the CBL-BFL gang with several crimes. Prosecutors say the gang formed in 2009 and operated out of the Town Gardens housing complex in Buffalo. They say the gang's activities stretched to the Walden Galleria and Chippewa. Many units at the housing complex were used to store firearms and drugs. The 11 men who were arrested are all in their 20s. The U.S. attorney says they used social media, including Facebook, Snapchat, and Instagram, to spread their message of violence.
CBL, also known as BFL, was a hood in Buffalo, New York, based in the Town Garden projects. Their territory also expanded to the nearby street.
Yo, what beat is that?
At first, the hood started off as regular street.
Oh, chat, what song is that? That beat?
Street kids and middle school to high school kids playing around, getting into small fights and stealing. At the time, they called themselves Team Goofy. Over time, the kids in the neighborhood would grow up and start the Cash Bin Long gang,
now,
also known as Brothers.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. You wildin', bro. A monument is crazy, bro.
For life. The hood would also gain a close relationship with the other neighborhoods, such as 31 and Camp Street. 31 is a hood that stretches out from Jefferson Avenue all the way to Coit Street and bordered by Broadway and William Street. Yes, 31 territory is very large. They also got their name from a school that's called 31 and is also deep in their territory. Camp Street was also a hood mainly based on Camp Street, but their territory expands to Genesee Street and Jefferson Avenue. These three neighborhoods would form an alliance called Down the Way or Downtown, since their hoods were all surrounding downtown Buffalo. We also have to mention that some Down the Way members are present in the Jasper Projects and McCarley Garden Projects, also known as 24 Sharks. They're going to play a small part in the story, so tune in. Now that we explained Down the Way's affiliations, we have to talk about their rivals. Down the Way's most notable rivals is Shirley Boys, also known as 200. This hood is based Shirley Avenue right next to their allies 62, also known as the Bailey Boys. It is unknown how these two hoods started beefing, but this beef would be one of the most notable beefs people know. Down the Way would diss 200 members in their music videos that they made around the year 2014.
Us. My niggas, they loony toony, can't ride if you ain't gon' bust. Catch your eye on Shirley Ave, leaving snakes smelling like a skunk.
200 members would also respond back in music videos dissing CBL and BFL and make disses on social media, such as Facebook. 200 also went by Ronnie Gang for their fallen member named Ronnie. It was a drive-by shooting, and some people say Ronnie wasn't the intended target.
In Buffalo, a family is saying their final goodbyes to a teenager taken away by violence. A gunman shot and killed 17-year-old Ronnie Scott on Shirley Avenue last Tuesday. His attacker is still on the loose. Police are investigating 3 separate shootings over the last week. In all, 7 teenagers were shot in Buffalo, and 2 of those victims died. News 4's Rich Newberg brings us an update on the string of violence. Rich?
In 2011, Camp Street members would get indicted due to multiple drug charges.
Federal agents cracked down on what is described as one of the most violent gangs on Buffalo's east side this morning.
News 4's Rachel Kingston joins us now with more on the roundup of alleged members of the Camp Street gang. Rachel?
8 people have been arrested and charged in connection with a huge cocaine distribution ring. Some of the suspects picked up today are believed to be members of the Camp Street Boys. The others are accused of supplying the drugs to the gang members.
And these the niggas that niggas is in prison with. These the niggas that when you go to prison, you be with these niggas. They all in the state prisons. All these niggas, all of them. That's what you running into. Not just saying particular them, like they states type shit.
The 8 suspects got a startling wake-up call. Around sunrise, 15 SWAT teams and hundreds of individual officers took part in raids across the east side. At this Genesee Street clothing store, they used a blowtorch to blast away the lock. And at a barber shop down the street, the front door was blown completely off. The DEA, FBI, and Buffalo police had been doing surveillance on the Camp Street Boys cocaine ring for weeks.
A few 31 members would also be arrested for drug charges around this time. They would be trapping around Broadway and Fillmore areas since that area was known to have many trappers and money getters. The gang, also known as LRGP, would be present trapping in the area, but it is unknown if the 2 gangs were cool or had any beef. What we do know is that fallen member Bando from the LRGP neighborhood was cool with AJ, who was from the down the way neighborhood, specifically Town Gardens, which CBL aka BFL claimed. We will get to more on that later. 10 members from Camp Street would be arrested in total, and this was huge loss for down the way, and it encouraged them to move more smarter in the streets. We can also mention that during the 31 drug raid, one of the FBI agents was shot and wounded. Crazy news. The 231 members were sentenced to 40 years to life in prison. It is also a rumor that 31 has affiliation to the Bloods. It is unconfirmed, but we do know that Broadway has a heavy blood presence due to LRGP being affiliated with the Hit Squad Brims, which is a subset of the Bloods. It is unknown what the other down the way hoods affiliate with.
Right there, that wall. Let's go look at these names. Some heads right there. So many heads that's going out. So many heads. We got killed in Buffalo for no reason. I mean, the summer, this shit's supposed to be reckless. Supposed to be. It is? Yeah, it's supposed to be reckless. So what hood is we in right now? What is it? Oh, this 31. 31. Y'all from 31, baby? It's 31 in Fox and Broadway all day. Fox and Broadway, 31. Look at my man. 31. 31 right there. What about Uptown? Uptown. Them boys school. Ain't got no beef with them boys. Uptown. You see my man, we are. DJ Deck, Speedy. The Smith block right there. Yeah, the Smith. What's some of the things y'all saying? Y'all young as hell, too. I done seen niggas get popped in the head.
Around 2014, Dalvon Curry would be the biggest rapper in the CBL aka BFL hood, with each of his songs getting thousands of views. This may not seem like a lot, but at the time this was very huge for them. I also have to put this out there. Some people say Down the Way was not dissing Ronnie Gang, but was dissing another known hood called Rodney Gang, also known as Central Park or the Five. Not sure which hood they were specifically dissing, but we do know Ronnie Gang, also known as 200, has problems with Down the Way. They could possibly beef with both, who knows. From August 21st to September 21st, a CBL aka BFL member would go out looking for rivals to avenge a member from the neighborhood named Laryl Watkins. Jones would be the one trying to avenge and would shoot at rival members in 3 separate locations. One of the locations was at Jeans's and Crossman Avenue. This territory is controlled by 2 hoods, Zelmer Block, and 300, but at the time Zelmer Block was more present in the area. Now today, 300 claims the streets surrounding Crossman Avenue, but Zelmer Block is still present in the area. We can talk about them in another story. On August 21st, 2015, the defendant was in a vehicle on Dodge Street in Buffalo with co-conspirators and shot at a rival gang member, Victim 1, attempting to kill him, in retaliation for the shooting of a co-conspirator. On August 30th, 2015, Rice was in a vehicle at Genesee and Crossman Streets in Buffalo with co-conspirators and shot at another rival gang member, Victim 2.
I don't like these documentaries when it's like they don't got a lot of like videos and shit like that. You know what I'm trying to say? Because I'm getting
attempting to kill him in retaliation for the shooting of a co-conspirator. On September 21st, 2015, on East